This party started. One more map. Shrine, let me hear you.
L.O.U.D starting off on attack, all attention turn towards A. And they're quick with it.
And you can already see some impact with this extra smoker here from Sadak throwing up top truck. You get no value if you're playing up there if you zip on.
Dude, I mean, look at the site. Nobody can see anything. It's all just green and gray and everything smoked, everything covered. Tui's finding space in showers, Les finding space on site. And L.O.U.D finding the round.
In a moment where the smokes fade, they find clarity. A ridiculous clap back after it looked like they were gonna fail. When they pushed out, that re-push through showers right by bench, they get 2 kills instantly. And NAVI overextend. Tui's with that late lurk through bathroom. At any point, any of these controllers can turn into lurkers. I know that Valen on the desk was talking about how it's it could be, in some instances, a pseudo-initiator, and I fully agree, but at the same time, too, once you get those weird TP plays going. What is going to be the play here? Les with the fast molly to keep Angel and Shao contained down in Garden. And that forces Angel to TP out. I think the molly might have missed, actually, there. Shao got out really easily.
Whoa. Oh, and the other one from Sadak is massive. Zipan making a run at this round, though, with the Sheriff.
I think with losing CNET and Angel, though, these are the guys who are really doing some work with those light buy rounds that Navi was getting outside of the hero rifle rounds from Sugetsu. I do love how L.O.U.D played this 3-1-1 default. 3 players going up long, they get that control of Octagon, and then they have only Tui's watching the back of Sand. That's covering Les's flank. And Sadak deep watching bathroom, too. It's a perfect anti-eco play. No pushes allowed.
Oh, there's a little something that they managed to get through. Aspas with the Phantom, though, just overwhelms Sugetsu. And that nade hurts. He tried pushing through it to catch a timing, but just not going to be the case. Aspas gets 3 as L.O.U.D get the second.
And Aspas on the raise, too, is something that we've been not seeing too often throughout this season. In some cases, been pigeonholed onto Neon and other things that you definitely wouldn't put to his name prior to this year.
No.
It's been the same thing for CNET, too.
Yeah, in a lot of ways.
And that's why you see him playing this Neon right now. There's not really a place for him to be comfortable on this. So they use him for the extra stuns, fast flanks.
And very quickly, if I may, I know that Aspas just got a bunch of kills, but Les is currently sitting at 4-0.
Yeah.
The guy's just been on a heater.
And look at that one-way from Sadak. He can take this fully by himself. Very interesting, given the fact that he was trying to do this when he was playing Chamber on this map.
Yeah.
At Tokyo. And during the Americas playoff, he gets a trap play sprung at him, though. He can TP out of this, no problem.
Oh, the Trailblazer, they're hunting. They're pushing him further back, but he just created so much space off of his TP that they can't follow.
And look at this. They have such an abundance of smokes that Tui's just uses one to put him in it if he was in trouble. That's crazy. Oh, Angel. False information there. And they're not following it up with a flash from Shao, so that's a kill on the CNET given freely.
Another opener onto Aspas, too. Now 2 away from the showstopper in round 3. I mean, they're all lined up in towards short. You've got Angel, who's close by, though, cleaning up the first. Galvantine falls. Aspas waiting for the challenge, and Angel snappy with it. They get the spike down, though. Sadak was the only one who had control of the right side, but they still have the utility of Les that they can play around.
Yeah, Tumali's time is taken away, but they're going to get pushed here very fast, so will he be able to get those off, and will they make a difference? Because I don't see an orb on the spike.
Les has to be cautious. He gets the first, tries to snap onto the second. Angel with 3 on the round. 2, he's swinging for it.
Not half.
Spotting one more. Shao's going to have to pick up the work that was not accomplished. He's gotten it 3/4 of the way. He's just going to be able to stick it the whole time. Angel was the protection of 4K as NAVI get on the board.
And in a moment where they lose advantage early, L.O.U.D instantly getting that first pick down short with, well, not instantly, it was belabored from Aspas to come through.
Yeah.
But Angel holds the line. Remember, he was rotating off in that instance. That's huge for NAVI to continue to maintain that pace because on Ascent, L.O.U.D was 17-7 in first kills to first deaths.
That's outrageous.
Yeah,
17-7.
It was still a 13-11, 17-7.
That's mad.
So in moments like that, you need to see them continue to convert when they lose the man advantage. Because it's frequent, it feels like, at this point. Sadak using both smokes to really creep up on CNED right now. The one way to force him off the angle, and then as well, smoking the front of bathroom so he can just freely walk up. That's a free orb if he wants. And Aspas on the other side of the map too, with his showstopper now active.
Scout destroyed.
It's gonna be really tough to actually activate this trap play that CNED and NAVI want to play on Sadak because of the TP.
I mean, imagine you try to drop the wall in that situation, but no. Sadak was playing behind it. Sugetsu feeling some of the pressure. Utility goes instantly back up, and there's CNED. Was patient in showers, finds success.
The fact that he disrespects the smokes is very important there from CNED too. Using the utility from Shao to help that goal and that mission. They got one molly out of Sugetsu, but there's still one here, and that's where the spike is, so that's another
30 seconds
8
left.
seconds.
Fire!
They won't be able to execute.
I don't know that they're gonna find much here with Aspas' ult either. Does he dare clear below him? No, he doesn't! Sugetsu drops him from below! They've been trying to help control what's happening in Hookah, and so far not good. 13 seconds left, though the spike is not in hand. I mean, Tui's is alive, but he can't get to it.
Yeah, it's top Hookah. No chance at all. And that's massive from Sugetsu there. I don't even know how he hits that. That's a vertical flick on a flying raise with the satchels. It's got to be a disgusting flick.
Yeah.
Or he's just pre-aiming up.
Yeah.
It's really hard to give yourself the space in those instances where you actually control and pre-aim properly. No. Ooh, it's kind of a messed up satchel there from Aspas. No speed on that. Trying to get the shot fired out on spawn too. Losing Sadak there might have been an impact. Maybe they actually needed his smokes. I doubt it, but either way.
Because they have so many more.
This is an eco from L.O.U.D now. Shotgun bought up from Kalanzin. Aspas with still a hero rifle. That was saved in the last run, but given to Aspas.
How do they manage the disadvantage? L.O.U.D with very little to fight back with here, as you were just saying. Ult for less and for Tui's.
There's a stun possible at any point with this Trailblazer. It's missed though.
That could have been disaster, but they're gonna try to crunch. They're gonna try to crunch. Angel's gonna swing it from door with the utility out. CNED pushes in with his ult though. Angel getting it with the ult too.
Meanwhile, they lose control of lamps and front sight though, so gonna potentially give up a spike plant. No, there's a spam!
Oh, he was not deep enough.
That smoke gives so much room there for that to happen. Sadak needs to be a lot more careful.
CNED looking to be more electric with the finger guns and scale up in a position you wouldn't be expecting. Hit still in play. Kalanzin with the Bucky. Going aggressive. I mean, if they can continue to play around the pit, they're going to have a shot at this.
CNED tries to punish off the backside.
That's another. That's another. Sugetsu's on his own. Seeker's invested.
They know he's off with that.
He's been so clutch. He's gotten it down to one, and it's the most difficult one to deal with.
It's so tough. Once that Viper's Pit goes down inside of lamps, you have room to work through lamps in the backside. You can worm your way around everywhere. And with that shotgun from Kalanzin blazing the path, Les has so much room to play off the trade and play backside there, where you really think that he's going to be playing laps off mollies or something else. And remember, that was a light buy there from L.O.U.D.
Yeah, one rifle.
Why did that reaction look so fake? With the slow-mo and everything.
Early defensive hit from NAVI and the swing out from Angel, wanting to take that fight and finding it. Again, an opener from the leader. You talk about feast or famine. I mean, he's been dining on L.O.U.D for the last couple of hours.
That's interesting too. Kalanzin was actually doing a good job staying alive as the initiator. Another trap.
Whoa.
To force him out, and Angel just TPs, and he's safe with that wall. It's always able to go up from Sugetsu.
Yeah, he's out of the play, though, and that's going to allow a lot of room to work. The orbital strike back sight to clear things out, and you wanted to push CNED into a space where he had to take the fight. Lead still falls, but Tui's on the counter.
The showstopper came out while CNED was fighting. This is holding space for Zip on there.
They've got to be careful. Aspas and Sadak are the only two that remain, and Sugetsu's on the flank. He's got him crunched in, and if he takes long, there is no exit. They have to go forward. Sadak has ult, he could maybe flip the map, but Aspas would be left alone.
Player standing.
Trying to clear backside. Aspas falls. Sadak by himself.
30 seconds
So many
left.
angles to consider, so many things to clear, and just none of them found.
Shao coming in from the rear at the end there. The smoke fading. What is that, man?
He just had no chance. That's
And this right here, where CNED is fighting, that's completely giving and holding space for Zipon to come through with that showstopper. And then the smoke from Angel still finding value, even though, remember, he TP'd across the map. Despite losing that light buy round from L.O.U.D, Navi still in the driving seat. They forced that situation out once again. And L.O.U.D are really not having many more ideas than this initial default that Sadak has taken actually a lot more space this time against CNED. Neither side changing up the plan at all.
No, I mean, we're tied up at 3 apiece. I get it.
Nice flash, though.
No real confirmation that the plan doesn't work. CNED, Tokyo drifting around the corner and cleaning up Sadak. No real chance there.
It's super interesting that they don't pounce off that flash from Sadak, because it's perfectly positioned against the Navi players, but they still weren't comfortable about lamps. Another shotgun from Counteen.
Remember, they had Bucky's in this round. Les is upgraded. He's got a Phantom now.
The big difference, no pit, though.
Yeah.
Spike down.
There was so much value in that ult. You just don't have that resource to you. Angel on the flank. Once again, a situation where L.O.U.D are surrounded. Well,
Wait.
just wait
Whoa.
for Angel.
I've seen this round before. Never mind, Aspas's not going to loop back around. Find Ye on the flank. Oh, wait. That was 2022, huh?
Aspas manages to get the spike down, a little bit of money in the pockets of L.O.U.D. But Navi, again, with a ferocious defense that has proven to cause so many fits to L.O.U.D.
Yeah, I need to see a timeout here from L.O.U.D.
Yeah.
Start addressing some of the different things that they can do. For example, remember back to that anti-eco that they started with. They got the pistol. They got 3-1-1 control of long. Instead, it's constantly Sadak trying to work up bathroom and them trying to work up short. And I want to see an idea, actually, with this Omen ult. Because it's not one that you see quite frequently on Bind, and there's definitely some ways you can weasel yourself into this. Here's the timeout that I was talking about.
And with it comes a momentary pause to collect thoughts, both for the players on the stage and for everyone else watching here and at home. And again, an opportunity to set the stakes.
Yep.
Elimination on the line for these two storied squads.
Yep. This is still group stage. You wouldn't expect it, but it's still group stage.
Bro, I thought he was gonna just alpha that thing. I thought he was just gonna neck it.
Oh, there he goes.
You had the potential to become a legend.
In terms of stakes, though, you're right. We're in the group stage in these two teams who should be fighting for a championship. One of them gonna go home after this. One of them's off-season will begin early, and it's a long one. And for the L.O.U.D players in particular, 4 out of 5 of the players in the server right now, contracts are expiring. So what will it look like in the future? And especially with an early round exit, that could change everything.
Yeah.
Navi as well. It's been struggles this year. It's never looked perfect. It's been a lot of criticism. It's been a lot of cooking. Not quite figuring out how to make this roster work in terms of roles, finally giving Zipon some leash to play on, and we've swapped up this op.
Whoa.
CNED's position, instead of bathroom,
He's playing
I'd
down
expect
long.
this. Yeah, it looks like they spot it now, at least.
Do they confirm that he stays, though? Yeah, he does give up the space. Aspas playing on the other side of the smoke. Both duelists with
Oh, the timing. there.
With an attempt at a fight, but it doesn't come true.
Sadak is the one still controlling short, while everybody else right now making sure there's no push out long, making sure CNED doesn't get cheeky with that op, but he's swapped up his position still. And Counting comes all the way over just to flash for Sadak, so he can start to throw some smokes out and make it look like it's an A hit. Trailblazer didn't spot anything down long either.
Dude, Angel's on an island.
Yeah, he's by himself.
Yeah.
Sadak is doing a great job pulling these rotates.
Yep.
If Angel gets in trouble here, he's going to TP and leave the site open.
Manipulated by mind games. The paranoia out too.
The battle of the IGLs.
Xiao's the only one not fully believing. Oh, he takes a step back, but he got his. He got the kill. Sadak was trying to flip the map. Opportunistic timing from Angel. And a kill gifted. They're still going to try to get out. They're still going to try to get the spike down, but they've got the order strike they have to deal with. They've got the Seekers.
Is there going to be a flood, though?
13 seconds left.
That Molly denies the flood. They could definitely get this plant unless there's a spam from CNED.
But what else do they have?
No!
There's no way.
That was a millisecond.
Angel with 3. Aspas holding the line. Less the first one, snappy. Aspas on the second.
Sugetsu needs to drop the wall for Angel right now.
It's like they're trying to plug holes on a sinking ship. By themselves, each wall bleeding further and further as less gets it to a 1v2, and it's too much.
Navi on this defensive side, I know I've said this a lot, but they have a great hold on the game right now. They just can't repeat mistakes from the last 2 maps. Let it slip even an inch. It's real, I mean, this, oh no, he was ulting away.
I mean, it was a gift, bro.
That is so unlucky for Sadak.
Literally the freest kill of his life.
The culmination of the fake. And it could have been a perfect concert. Wait, look at his possible aggression here. CNED's coming in as well. He's going to hold the long angle while Angel was considering peeking with Xiao's flash.
I thought he was going to. The Trailblazer again, that one-way CNED has to give the space up.
Yeah. You can play it from a lot deeper, but we also have this Aspas ult that we need to consider. It wasn't successful last time.
And it seems like they're going to try to do a bit of the same from the last time they had that ult. A pop out from Hookah. That flash, Angel's overwhelmed.
That's beautiful. He's playing in front of the wall too, so no real room for him to play other than maybe his smoke, his molly. Doesn't get that opportunity though.
No. Xiao and CNED both here. Op in the hands of CNED.
Look at this reclear, Xiao.
1 point away from having his ult online as Xiao goes exploring.
Toxins going up.
This is a tough angle to expect after you've already done pressure in this position. They've given up the space. Do they expect it though? That flash clears Hookah, backside, less swinging.
It went in between his legs. Less than Aspas
30
pounce.
seconds left.
Planted.
Every time you think that Navi have some way to swing this round and this game, L.O.U.D responds so fast. And they're already in positions to save.
Yeah.
Zip on, he's in spawn. There's no chance. Some damage done would be good though. The bank for Navi, not great, but still acceptable for a couple more buys. Meanwhile, L.O.U.D, I mean, saving all of the weapons when they forced up in this in a big way. Nice double peek, bro.
What are you going to do against that?
That's at the end of the round, too.
Yeah.
To have that focus.
Yep.
They're ready for it. That's as the spike is blowing up. They're coming up with a dynamic peak.
How does a shot miss, bro?
That is between. I mean,
That's lit. I
oh,
mean,
he legged him at least. That's crazy.
the thinnest of margins separating these two squads. It really has felt like a heavyweight fight from beginning to end.
Shadows.
More aggression here from L.O.U.D into bathrooms, but it's not just Sadak. It's 4 members.
You gotta be careful here. Does CNET, I mean, he has his ult.
Let's just pick this up.
Yeah. Feeling some of that pressure, orbital strike online.
Yeah, we've seen him dive on that bathroom's push before, but I think he understands there's more to it than this. And also trying to rely on Zipon's elevated position with the satchel.
Meanwhile, look at how L.O.U.D are weathering this. They're already looking at the teleporter, considering the possibility of a crunch.
It's funny because most of the time it's them forcing Angel out into that teleporter.
2 ults invested.
Oh!
Aspas finding one onto Zipon.
That could have been 2 too.
They still haven't established U-Haul control though.
Yeah, but just mauling them off. They've got them contained. Aspas gonna go for it.
Is he aware of the second? Yeah, the pre-fire, but Sugetsu wins the duel out anyway. Les couldn't join in. They couldn't pinch him. But they maintain control. Satisfied with what they have, Les drops the pit to secure it even further. But Angel pushing forward, walking into his death as Les snaps onto 3, and the L.O.U.D crowd goes nuts.
He is like a shark when there's blood in his pit. He's got a bite to it. That's twice now he gets his pit down on the safe side. That's twice now that it leads to a round win from L.O.U.D. Can't believe we're all tied up, man. This is just unbelievable between these 2 teams.
And another timeout. This time on the side of NAVI.
Can you believe this is a group stage game? I swear this would have been like a lower bracket something later on in the tournament. This group is deadly. And this is its conclusion. We can finally say it is its conclusion. This is the last map, last opportunity for either of these teams to advance or go home. The last map we'll see one of these guys, I don't know who. I can't wait to find out. Right now, L.O.U.D finally have broken the economy of NAVI. As we get back into this, you see the buy, a judge from Angel. 2 rifles purchased and sheriffs on the rest. Now they will allow a buy the next round, and these light buy rounds have been incredibly dangerous.
I've lost count of how many thrifties and light buy situations have proven to be successful.
It's funny, I feel like we've had less thrifties than expected, even though we're seeing constantly eco round wins.
Ooh, a fake flash on the swing.
That's really nice there. You think you're getting ahead of the flash, it goes a little deeper. You're looking for a peek. Granted, CNET did have one of those rifles, so that's a big pickup. Sadak, he's been the lurker all game. IGL versus IGL, judge in the hands of Angel.
It's a brutal angle, is he aware?
Surely he waits for his team when they're approaching. Oh, Angel just heard them. They made footsteps there. And the Trailblazer's gonna confirm. He's in trouble.
Angel looking to try to find a threat to pull on.
Yeah, look at that as well. Sadak trying to flash off the...
Ooh, he's overwhelmed, but he's playing inside of the smoke. Remember, he still has a judge, and from that distance, nothing is dealt.
And that smoke way too obvious what's going on, especially once you hear him jump out of hookah.
Spike planted.
And now Sadak actually has this flash to secure the round. He can just flash out hookah when they run out if he wants.
He might just mow him down by himself. He's already dealt with the duelist.
They don't need it anymore.
Nope.
A flood attempt, quickly stemmed.
Toxins going up.
Sugetsu with a nice one on with the Sheriff onto Kawanzin, looking for the second. A little bit of damage dealt, 35 HP amongst the 2 remaining members, and it very quickly dissipates.
And L.O.U.D have an opportunity to do what they've not been able to do all series long, win a half. Here on Bind, a lot closer in terms of sidedness than either of the maps we played. But it has been slightly skewed in one direction.
Let's go.
L.O.U.D subverting that as well.
There are 2 ops.
Yeah, exactly the same way that Ascent's half ended. Remember, they bought up ops in that last round. because they have weapons sitting near.
Yeah. Keep a close eye on it. Who swaps over and when?
Les even has a backup judge here, which he might get to use right now.
Angel's so far up. He's so far up. Abusing the wall that was put before him. He tries to take some space and get a kill and can't.
Yeah, stimming away.
That is a classic Angel play, isn't it?
And they've swapped the lurk to Tui's in this case. Down bathroom, he had massive success in other rounds. With that up.
Pushed off the angle, the second one falls. Les and Aspas with openers towards A. Zipan surrounded, an aid at his feet. The molly too, the floor is lava, got the satchel away. See Ned looking for it with the ult. He's not gonna find any value either.
Yeah, Sadak with a nice way to TP across the way where CNET is holding. Easily forces a crossfire from L.O.U.D.
Loosen up.
Still chances.
Albeit slight, but they are there. You're absolutely right.
And Tui's might get lurked on here where he just re-lurked through. Oh no, what is this
That's
name?
gonna hurt. Is it gonna kill him?
Player
It
standing.
forces out the swing, he gets the kill, but no real idea that there's someone else there.
And Tui's has walked all the way through lamp, so now they should know what's going on. He's either close bath or down short.
Sugetsu's been so clutch. A 1v2 clutch in a situation like this, no. And for the first time in the series, you're right. L.O.U.D enter halftime with a lead.
Switching sides.
It's been so close every other time. 8-4 on Pearl for NAVI. And then it was tie game on Ascent, where L.O.U.D came back in a massive manner. Here, they're in control for the first time heading into the second half.
And I'm sure you guys are getting tired of us talking about him. Les has 18 kills at halftime. I mean, the guy is looking to close the series out by himself. How do you deal with a player that dynamic? That's the question that NAVI have to answer with 1 half left. We'll throw it over to the analyst desk to see if they can answer that question themselves.
Doug, I will never get tired of you talking about Les because he deserves the spotlight. Now, let's talk about the L.O.U.D comp. They pulled out a triple controller. Mimi, Valorant, what did you make of it on the first half?
I thought it was actually pretty solid. They're using the one-ways to really simplify what angles they have to do with on their executes, to deal with that is. And also, when they're going for extremity control, it's really good to put these one-ways up and make it easier to gain that space.
Yeah, it's a very self-sufficient agent, the Omen, because he's allowed to one-way showers and kind of work his way slowly with his paranoia as well to kind of keep that control. And also towards long B, he's one-waying the octagon, so it kind of lets his teammates scoot up for free. And then to end the extremity control, he has his paranoia, so that's why we see him going hookah a lot. He can flex his paranoia into octagon or into sight. He has a lot of options, and I think, like I was saying earlier about the pseudo-initiator, he really is that, because he's gaining space for his team, and having that paranoia to end it and get kills is very important.
And I think that's going to continue onto their defensive side now for L.O.U.D, where there are also a lot of good opportunities to take that extremity control with these one-ways. But it's going to be really interesting to see it clash with this Neon comp, because I think that's going to be a big goal of NAVI as well. And I feel like there's a chance we often see this Neon pushing through, taking fights past that utility from the Omen one-ways.
And this is going to be potentially the last half of one of these teams that we see, and how poetic it is for a team like L.O.U.D. They started the year wanting to innovate, finding their own identity, and they could potentially end the year on this comp. How crazy is that?
Yeah, I mean, like you just said, it's kind of coming full circle, right? Because they started the year off coming with the Harbor Viper, innovating new stuff, and now they're innovating a triple controller comp onto Bind, and we got to see if it's going to end or if it's going to keep going.
Yeah, elimination is on the line here. I can't wait to see who's going to come out on top. Let's send it back to Doug and Bala for the second half.
Thank you so much, Insu. Yeah, one half, really all it is, 1 half to decide whose year is done, who advances to playoffs, and who continues this run. L.O.U.D with the 2-round lead, now on defense, that double controller comp. You imagine will be stronger on this side of things, but we'll see how it plays out.
NAVI have been in a similar situation very recently. Not getting out of groups at Tokyo was the first time at a global event. But they didn't manage that. And they're starting slow here.
Yeah, they are cautious with it.
Trying to reckon with that fact. This wall is very old. Blocks off lamps, blocks off spawn, and allows you to take some backside control. From Sugetsu, let's see what they do. CNET has 1 stun.
Oh, they've smoked so much. Oh my gosh.
How is he aware?
He was just so aggressive. But you're right, Tui's was ready.
It's a great path, but Tui's I mean, contains and maintains control of the back of sight. Angel's gonna try to dive in it and gets punished. Loud, full control on this retake.
They may not give up a single inch here. Only a few members have taken damage, really just Sadak. And he's the first one on the fight with CNED on the other side. Aspas falls, CNED with reposition, no. Clothesline drop, they're overwhelmed. Loud pushing back, and Shao cannot hold.
And already on the pistol round, you see some extra value out of this composition that L.O.U.D has pulled out. Tui's is able to do all of that, stay inside of lamps. A lot of times the Brimstone has to run off so that he can make sure he stays with his smokes for the post plant. In this case, gun out, fighting the entire time. Sadak covers in with that space. Gets 2 smokes down that allows them to flood into the back of sight and counteract exactly what NAVI wants to achieve in that one.
Three-round lead for L.O.U.D. They've won the last 5 rounds in a row if you go back to the previous half. Talk about having control of the situation. NAVI on a light buy, but we've talked about it many times this series. They're good here, they're comfortable here. They've made a whole lot of something out of nothing in situations like this before. And that was almost one. I mean, a pixel, the only difference there.
Smoke to cover from distance. They don't realize Angel is through, though. Unless they go for a reclay, that's probably not going to be a factor.
Oh, the elbow gave him away initially, and that double peek from CNED was perfect.
In fact, it is a factor. You're right, that double peek so strong. Angel giving his elbow first means that he has to flick for that angle. And CNED comes on the more traditional one.
Whew.
Sadak's got to be careful. He has the opportunity to walk back lamps there. That's twice. He's kind of lackadaisically walking across an angle.
They're making something out of this. NAVI have gotten 2, but the hard work still left to do. He's with 3! Avoiding disaster. Surely what that would have been. But they're not out of the woodworks yet. NAVI have gotten the spike down, and they've both upgraded weapons.
Aspas is so slow here to be able to help out less.
It's equal footing, a Spectre and a Bulldog on each side. CNED healthy, Sugetsu not nearly as fortunate. But that hasn't mattered in the past. Will it matter here? The Roomba detecting the first. Onus on L.O.U.D to reestablish control. The nade to provide some cover, and they double swing into it. Aspas saves it after Sugetsu gets it down to a 1v1. Whew.
You were just saying these rounds get real spicy. But what the heck was that from Tui's? You thought it was whiffed. You thought it was over. You thought that round was going to be lost because he couldn't hit the first shot, and then he hits 3 kills.
Look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5th burst is what it took.
Low-key, I didn't know there was that many bursts in a Bulldog.
Yeah, I don't think I did either. As the saying goes, 5th time's a charm, and that was enough to get them the round.
Magic like that is what it's going to require to close out this game, though. Fast push down. Aspas against Sugetsu. There's nobody else to fight.
Are there reinforcements? Will they help?
He's stuck.
Zippen just picked up the spike. They're coming to take the fight. Navi's pushing into this. How do L.O.U.D lose 2 there? Well handled by Sugetsu, who again was by himself.
And it goes from bad to worse. Les going for a reclear. And we're 20 seconds into the round, and it was basically wrapped up. This bonus attempt, out aloud, definitely hurt from that last round. Remember, only 1 player survived, so that's why they try to go for something crazy.
Yeah.
And it could have worked. I mean, Sugetsu was isolated, but ultimately,
I dropped the spike.
NAVI capitalized with mass. I mean, Sugetsu's been playing so well.
Yeah, he has.
Talk about singing the praises of specific players here.
Did.
I honestly think everybody's stepping up. And what started as kind of a sloppy game in the beginning has turned into a really beautiful game of Valorant on Bind here. Remember back to Pearl, those were such slow rounds, really draining. You thought it might be a stomp, and then, man, have we upgraded?
I mean, that feels like a different series at this point. Well, we get a chance to check out the skin that Tui's chooses to play with.
Is that the topic you choose?
I mean, we've got plenty of time. Got plenty of time.
Gun here.
9-6. Talk about pressure on NAVI right now. They're finally the ones who have to try to come back in this game. Look at this from Sugetsu.
I mean, him against the world.
It's such a good angle. There's not really extra space there to move past.
No.
It's really him who has the onus to peek. Because they're kind of put their backs against that wall. So NAVI converted, and they're going to try maybe to go fast here. Same thing
There.
with Sadak, a fake TP, which puts Aspas in a position to opt this.
Yeah, but he has light armor on this. Or he has no armor, excuse me. It's a glass cannon. He's going to have to satchel out. He was too aggressive. He was too bold with it. And NAVI punish. Pounce as they find the best target they possibly could. And CNET scaling forward. He's taken over the site. He's taken over the round. And he's far from done. Kawanzine by himself, feeling some of the pressure. Deals with the first in another situation where L.O.U.D desperately try to hang on to the only weapon that they have.
What do you think of this skin?
Low-key, I prefer the Prelude to Chaos, but that's just me.
This is ridiculous. Counter punch after counter punch. And what looked like now, L.O.U.D could have gotten up to 10
Yeah.
on that bonus. It was a very bold play.
Oh,
And
they're
now-
running this time.
Kawanzine holding on the last gun, which would be carried over in a very crucial way where we've seen hero rifles be so impactful. No molly! It just misses.
Just barely, and the spam on the angle does not connect.
Trying to keep hope alive here is the crowd for L.O.U.D. And the thing is, NAVI have broken their economy ever so slightly, so the staying power here is starting to falter. And there's some key things as well that you're looking at with CNET in that last round, for example, getting deep with that wall that we pointed out early. It's very unconventional. It doesn't give you that lurk access, or at least the same level of it, but it does allow you to flip that site, and that's what CNET did against Sadak backside there.
Comfort for NAVI, as you wouldn't think they're down 2 rounds, given how this half is gone. They have full rifles. They've got money for days. They have 2 ults they can work with. Sugetsu and Angel are so close to getting theirs on 2. I mean, this very quickly could become an avalanche that overwhelms L.O.U.D. But NAVI concerned about what might be on the other side, are playing this a bit more precariously. A bit more cautiously, a bit more
I
safely.
got Spike. Spike dropped.
A lot of control gained over towards the B site. So they're comfortable to back off.
I've got your trail.
Seekers popped.
This way.
L.O.U.D has numbers here.
Good flash from Sadak.
Very nice.
They disrespected those zip-ons through there, even getting the plant down.
I mean, they're going to try to push their way out from this. They're going to try to establish some presence on the site and try to get out ahead of
30
things.
seconds left.
NAVI can flip the map, though, if they want, because they pause for just a moment. Sadak finding one. They've invested the orbital strike 2 to try to get another kill. CNET's ult, they've jumped everything into this.
Last player standing.
Concerned about the danger of rounds like this. And they manage it well.
And I have to say, CNET is getting very comfortable on this Neon.
Yes, he is.
They've tried it so many times on various different maps, Lotus, Bind. And now it looks good at the perfect time.
A dueling chorus of chants, cacophonous at that.
We need something to take up what has been quiet from L.O.U.D in the last 3. Us just waiting to go down. Me? No, yeah.
Oh,
Just goes down to Spike. For full money in the next. And it's down to 1, Doug. All of a sudden. The canceled bonus from NAVI. You're seeing the implications of that now.
Yep. Is it really a surprise, though? And you think about the series and the way that it's gone. For us to find ourselves in this situation, Loud hanging on desperately, white-knuckling as they try to hang on to this lead. And NAVI with a wild comeback. They've won the last 3. They're pushing Loud.
Aspas with his ult in this. He's posted up inside of showers.
Blinded.
And NAVI, I mean, we saw it a lot on Ascent, deathballing their way to control in this B area. Wonder L.O.U.D going to be able to respond to that. They just walked through the orb.
Oh, the flash wasn't deep enough, but Cohen's in.
He's stuck now, though.
Utility out. Can he try to find a way? He gets the first. It was free. Last on the swing. Angel's dead, and with that goes the spike. Aspas looking for one with the ult. He tried to get high ground, but it's Les who stabilizes.
What a shutdown. Angel tries to go through the orb, but that was ill-advised. Molly comes through. Aspas is there in time with a nade. Everybody vulnerable.
Of course, it's Les.
And Les destroys them.
Who else?
He was struggling to get up to 20 in the second half when he got like, what, 18? And then all of a sudden, big 4K from who has really felt like he's turned into a leader for this team. All the talk of him doing a lot of IGLing, mid-round and calling. Dealing with the map vetoes, those sort of responsibilities fall on what ended up being the Champions Final MVP last year when they won and he took down that trophy.
Don't get in my way. Void orb emitting.
Got so many ults that they can work with here. You just see Les using his ult
Scout
right off the
destroyed.
bat. Cohen's
Oh.
still with Seekers. Seen it with the op, though.
He spotted both with that Trailblazer, both Aspas and Kalmanster and Sadak. And even when there's 2 players up top, Trucks, Sugetsu wants to take the fight. That's just absurd, and Sadak has been struggling to stay alive in these early instances. Look at the wall they're throwing too. Les from the other site.
Yeah.
Front lamps, front sight, but nothing more than that.
Showers control has to be established here if NAVI want to feel more comfortable with this.
It's the same thing for L.O.U.D too,
Ooh.
so. Could have gone around the corner, spotted Angel, and then all of a sudden there's a nade at your feet.
Yeah.
Welcome to
They're going to try to hang on. Angel's timing on this is going to be everything. Attack side pit used. And the Seekers to counter, but there's really nothing that they can do to pounce behind this.
Oh, what are those things doing?
It's just Aspas on the site by himself. There's help from
30 seconds
Cohen's.
left.
Yeah, sure. There's help from Tui, sure, and that's the biggest one.
Sugetsu's way close here.
Angel dealt with. The pit could be everything. A snap from Sugetsu is clean.
If he fell there, that round opens up for L.O.U.D.
I mean, it very well still may. They're down in numbers, though, and Tui's is weak. Les repositioning and joining in on the fun. The flash is there. You see some of the spam through the pit.
Dropped the
They
pit.
dropped it.
Wasn't covering the spike.
They want to take the fight straight up. And that seems to have been the best possible decision. Unlock Zipan to get to. Tui's falls. NAVI get another.
Only a brief moment for L.O.U.D to hang on to this lead, but it's back within 1. Of course it is. And again, this pick from Sugetsu onto Sadak is just crazy to me, given the fact that we had Aspas up top there as well. But the Trailblazer spotted both, so they both tried to fall off. Sadak not all the way. Could have been a cool play, but
Yes, of course it can.
There you go. Oh, aggression again?
every time this early bathroom fight happens, it feels like it favors the attacker. You saw L.O.U.D run a very similar play.
And again, it was when the buy was light.
Yep.
It's just pistols. NAVI just seems so ready for that attempt at surprise.
And they've swapped up the wall here from Sugetsu too, so lurk ability much, much easier to achieve here. Orb positioned as well.
I mean, NAVI have done such a good job of deflating L.O.U.D.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of it comes down to the economy, though. I mean, how many times have we seen them hold on to scraps?
Yeah. And sometimes scraps is all you need, though.
The stun, the little damage done with the spam keeps him in.
That's one. The stun, though, man, I thought for just a moment. But there's really no shot here. I mean, NAVI are putting themselves in a position now where they're going to be tied up at 10. They still have so much money to work with.
Yep. And they're starting to really cycle these ults up as well. Whereas L.O.U.D in some of these instances, it looks like the goal is some of these orb controls. Either way. CNET's hunting from the backside here. It's not that important to get this kill, but
Well, I
don't
mean,
want to give him anything.
Yeah, when you think about ults being cycled for NAVI, any sort of advantage, especially when L.O.U.D's on the other side.
Is there a knife here? Give me a knife.
Is what matters. No knife, but the 10th for NAVI. And again, I have to go back to just how well NAVI have done at deflating L.O.U.D. I mean, they've taken all the momentum out of the game. They've taken the air out of the arena.
Yep.
They have full control right now. And with that comes a timeout for L.O.U.D. We'll take a look in just a moment. I'm pretty sure that's the last one they have.
Yep, NAVI with one more too. And it is the last one for L.O.U.D. And there's letting this lead slip that they, I mean, again, they won that first half.
For the first time all series, mind you.
And then they win the pistol, they win the anti-eco, it's not clean, and ever since then it's been free fall. Just one round outside of those. And NAVI has been stomping on this attack. These timeouts are when the thoughts really simmer. Yes, you're trying your best to come up and make sure you're focused on the ideas at hand. But within that too comes the doubt. It creeps back up. Are they closers? Or is it NAVI who have let go of the pressure, let go of that thought that they might be the ones going home in Group D? Echoes of Tokyo are slipping away for them. And instead, chants from the shrine and thoughts of playoffs instead.
The judge for Sadak. All rifles, all for Zipan as well.
Blinded.
Shao with the Seekers, a little bit of early info gathered from L.O.U.D, but NAVI happy to give some of that away.
Silence on the map.
And tension just mounts and mounts.
No challenge down bathroom, no challenge anywhere. In fact, look at L.O.U.D's position. Playing delay here on B, and playing back behind the Viper wall on A. Not even. Worried about peeking, worried about getting early information. They're giving it up and playing for retake. Sadak with the judge too, in lamps.
I mean, they've got to be careful on this because if a retake is the attempt, you've got a couple of players playing too close.
This isn't working out for NAVI. They're kind of stunning themselves, but
Sadak arrived.
did he just
I think he just ulted in, yeah.
He ulted into the smoke.
With the judge. Les still trying to hold him back as Les gets two. Sadak with another. Upgraded weapon success found. Shao left alone as Les gets three. The lead again for L.O.U.D.
And it's just genius for the mastermind of Brazil. Sadak ults into the smoke past CNET. CNET realizes what happened, and he gets one pumped in the face. Jeez, man.
I mean, what a gift, bro.
I swear, Fraud is doing more from backstage in the coach's booth than the players are on stage to hype up the crowd. Realizing the situation at hand, they're full focused on the game right now. And NAVI, all of a sudden, there's some shakiness here. Some very fast plays coming out on both sides of the map, but also feels like Sugetsu firing through that smoke. They're desperate to just find something. I think Sadak's going to play with the judge the rest of the game here, guys.
He found so much success with it previously, sure. You think about how money's handled too, it allows him a little bit more room to be able to buy for his teammates.
Well, and just think about how many smokes are on the map on this defense.
Yeah, exactly. It's actually really smart.
And how frustrating it could be to face a judge.
But I think on the other side, we have to consider that NAVI have handled that so well up until this point.
Yeah. Most of the time choosing the right site, so if he doesn't have that tool to TP back into the front. Ooh, count scene.
Taking a little damage.
Very risky to just run up jump spot like that.
It seems like they're expecting it to flood out from Hookah, and they may be right. That smoke, the molly at its feet. They're going to try to flood out onto the site if they can, but it's a bit labored.
3 players here.
And now it starts to flow, and they've managed to get openings. They've managed to get the space that they're looking for. Zenit gets 2.
And there's not even a gun here for Sadak to pick up through the TP because they weren't challenging this space. Again, playing for delay. Really look to Aspas here.
Oh. CNET spotted, no utility to help clear him out. The flashes, he gets across. CNET staying alive.
Ooh.
Sadak wanting to make a play. Remember, he's got a judge. He's got smoke at his feet. He can tuck into. Actually spams in and onto Angel. Repositioned. Weapon grabbed. It's only CNET. A 1v1 and Sadak wins it out. Leading from the front. L.O.U.D series point.
Two in a row for Sadak. And it's all him. All L.O.U.D all day here. How does he manage to do that? Angel saw his foot and then got led to the face. Just crazy how clutch this man is right now. And they got to transition from screaming to strategy, to calm, to focus on what they're about to do after losing map 1, after being the first to be threatened with elimination, to now move forward here and move on to playoffs.
But Bala, this is often the most difficult one to hit. When you think about it, you know, I've alluded to it a little bit, but it feels like 2 fighters who have gone now 15 rounds, who are both exhausted, who've reached the depths of their playbooks and are just looking for a little extra, whatever's left in the tank, to deliver a knockout blow. And L.O.U.D find themselves with a slight advantage. And it all comes down to what's left there, what's left in the tank. Is there enough juice to pull this off, to put NAVI away? Think about how questions abounded. Doubts on their performance, on their form. Questions about the future for L.O.U.D. Who will stay, who will go? All of that weighing heavy as they emerge from their corners for what could be the very last time.
Oh, NAVI threw that smoke. CNET has been leading the charge. He's been the guy keeping them in this game. He needs help to keep this season alive. A season that slipped for NAVI from promises and promising paths to becoming champions to now here. And there's no success with that boombot that's intended to try to get some value out of clearing Hookah. The one thing it's done, it's kept Sadak alone here. Aspas is not rotating back towards A. Trailblazer down, clear sand. The rotate's gonna come in. L.O.U.D know what's happening. 40 seconds. Still a possibility of pivoting. And we have mirrored ults here. Tui's can delay if he wants.
Spike planted.
But he opts not to. Zifan on the plant. The ult still in hand. Is NAVI punching back? They've gotten a couple of jabs. And that cross might just be enough. Unless Kalamazine can counter. No. Tui's left by himself. And it's a prime gaming flawless for NAVI.
Absolutely right about how difficult this is right there. That one decision. Tui's not ulting, thinking NAVI is going to just tap the spike. So he tries to delay for longer. Instead, NAVI just stick it. Didn't want to induce a TP.
What a fight.
And this is it. Final round of regulation. Will it be a bell ringing for NAVI? Or will we be going to overtime for another round? Judge brought up 2 judges here. The econ is not great, but a lot of ults to make up for that.
One of them already invested Les's pit, attempting to control A, and he is one of the ones with the judge.
Fast bathroom control too. You need Aspas to stay here. You need him to maintain control. Otherwise, that pit gets pinched.
Blinded.
And with that, Les is likely dealt with. I mean, if you're Navi here, you just want to draw out some of those ults, right? Get them out so you don't have to deal with them later.
That boombot broken by Kao and Zine there, so Zodok's position still unknown. But they're backing off anyways. They want to use this opportunity to go for this pinch.
Oh,
and Aspas has a big shutdown in that ult.
That dog was not deep enough. So they're going to re-aggress Navi R and pull out and take the space. Aspas, trigger aching for the touch, and it's just a bit off. He's going to ult, he's going to go forward. Oh, he gets CNED!
30
They're pivoting back to B!
Sadok with the judge and the second kill found! Is he going to try to ult out? Yeah, he's going to safety, he's going to elbow. Oh, but he stayed!
The cancel!
Sadok with the play! The savior for L.O.U.D! And now 13 seconds left, Shao and Sugetsu with so much to do, and all they can do is watch as the clock ticks away. The bell inevitably ringing, but they managed to get the spike down. Shao 1v4, no! We've had the Thrilla in Manila, the rumble in the jungle, the slugfest in the shrine goes the way of L.O.U.D!
And the season ends for NAVI.